Sawadee good morning and welcome to Newsline. I'm Cholapan Sanarula. Thank you very much for joining us this lovely Monday morning, October the 5th. And here are today's news. In our first story, the government has pleaded with rice farmers to opt for water economizing cultivation to ease the impact of the looming drought crisis. In response to angry criticism from some group of rice farmers, spokesperson of the Prime Minister's office, Major General Sansern Kaew explained that drought-resistant plants would enable agriculturists to survive the dry seasons, adding that they were more profitable than rice and the government was looking to extend markets for drought-tolerant crops. He reiterated that compensation for dying paddies was not the only answer to the problem, as the government also needed to set aside budget to prop up other sectors and deal with public debt, as well as failed projects approved by the previous administration. Careless cash allocation would put the state at financial risk. The Prime Minister's office spokesperson appealed to farmers to cooperate with the government, which was making an all-out effort to revamp the country's economy and promote public financial discipline so that they could be freed from poverty and indebtedness. The government has pledged to hold anyone involved in the distribution of sour school milk responsible for their actions. Meanwhile, it has ordered related agencies to speed up the inspection of milk factories taking part in the school milk project. Prime Minister Office spokesperson Major General Sansern Kaew said there were claims some factories hired substandard producers to distribute the milk to schools on their behalf. Major General Sansern confirmed the government would launch a thorough investigation if the claims were proven true. The scandal came to light in September when a school in Nan province complained that over 400 cartons of milk were undrinkable. The Department of Livestock Development and Food and Drug Administration, as well as the provincial public health offices, are preparing to inspect all milk factories participating in the school milk project during October till November to see if there is any obvious carelessness during production. The Board of Investment of Thailand, or BOI, has completed its investment stimulus plan for the next 6 months as the government is attempting to activate investment in the country. According to Deputy Prime Minister in charge of Economic Affairs, Dr. Somkit Jatusipitak, the BOI scheme has maximized the benefits for entrepreneurs who intend to set up or expand their businesses in the country within the next 6 months. Among the incentives are 8-year exemption from corporate tax and 50% tax deduction for another 5 years. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Finance is working on measures to support the BOI scheme. Both the ministry's measures and the BOI scheme will be submitted to the Cabinet. Dr. Somkit also expected the government's consumption-boosting measures, which were early implemented, would lead to cash injection into the civil sector in the next 3 months. Then it is time to speed up investments. The Deputy Prime Minister added that the BOI was also assigned to map out measures to foster tourism-related investments in less-known provinces. In his opinion, all provinces of the country have their own attractions, but many of them lack efficient management. The Tourism Authority of Thailand and provincial governors were instructed to work out tourism development plans, while the BOI will issue investment incentives that suit the needs of individual provinces. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Tourism and Sports is keen on promoting tourism in minor cities and persuading tourists to stay in Thailand longer. In the TV program, Moving Thailand Forward, Minister of Tourism and Sports, Gopkan Watanawarangkoon, said the National Tourism Policy Committee had set a long-term tourism plan aimed at developing the Thai tourism in a sustainable manner. The plan supported the Thai Nest Tourism, which focused on quality and sustainable tourism. The public and private sectors would work together in promoting tourism in minor cities in the hope to make tourists stay in the country longer. The ministry will also focus on creating new tourist attractions and generating tourism revenue from sales of products made by local people. The minister added that the country was now being affected by drought and called on tourism entrepreneurs to help save water. The Fiscal Policy Office is already preparing for a disappointing GDP growth rate in 2015. The Finance Ministry's Fiscal Policy Office projects that Thailand's economy will not grow at a high rate in 2015. It's a projection that is in line with a sluggish global economic rate. The FPO said that emerging markets, including Thailand, that have long depended on exports, will inevitably face challenges from weak global demand and falling commodity prices on the global market. Accordingly, export value of all emerging markets in Asia will shrink, particularly in Thailand, where exports have already contracted 4.9% during the first 8 months of this year. The FPO noted that the fall so far has been considered moderate when compared with the 12.7% contraction in Indonesia, 7.1% decline in Singapore, 6.3% slide in South Korea, and the 1.3% weakening in China. However, the FPO believes that Thailand's economic stability for both the real economy and the financial sector remains good, as proven by Fitch Ratings maintaining Thailand's of the BBB credit rating. Moving on, the Thai Rice Exporters Association claimed that Thailand's rice exports have contracted in accordance with the global economic slowdown. The Thai Rice Exporters Association reported on Sunday that the country's overseas shipment of rice fell 28.5% from the same time last year to 690,000 tons in August, which were worth 11.14 billion baht. During the first 8 months of 2015, Thai rice exports contracted 10.7% year-on-year to 5.8 million tons. The total value of exports from January to August was 94.89 billion baht. The association said that it expects September exports of Thai rice to stand at 700,000 to 800,000 tons because of the weaker baht, which should have benefited shipments as prices are expected to be more competitive on the international market. However, it noted that the global economic slowdown would likely mean it is still a buyer's market. Director of the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Thanawat Phonvichai, said the continuous export deficit is still not a cause for concern. Dr. Thanawat said a focus should be placed on Thailand's tourism industry as it plays an integral role in the country's economy. He urged the government to speed up developments in the tourism sector, forecasting that in the next 3 years, the sector could be the main driving force for the Thai economy. This move would also allow the country to decrease its dependence on exports. Dr. Thanawat said the focus should not be on this year's export deficit or concerns over the GDP, but instead on how to expand next year's economic growth to 4%. He added that efforts should also be placed on achieving continuous growth and urged the government to stimulate consumer spending, including in the tourism sector. Dozens of mom and pop stores throughout the country will be upgraded to attract customers and bolster domestic consumption. Ministry of Commerce Permanent Secretary Chutima Bunyaprapasorn said a total of 57 mom and pop stores in 43 provinces will be upgraded in terms of quality of their merchandise and competitiveness. Those local stores will offer quality goods at competitive prices, including those under a Thai Yang Yun brand name, according to the Permanent Secretary. Another 30 mom and pop stores will follow suit to help reduce the people's cost of living. In the face of a sustained inflation since the last 9 months, primarily caused by global economic downturn, the Ministry of Commerce will implement marketing plans and also take other measures to stimulate domestic consumption. In particular, the Ministry of Commerce aims to boost the purchasing power of low-income earners in Bangkok and the provinces. Thai Airways International won top 3 rankings during a ceremony for 2015 Business Traveller Asia Pacific Awards in Hong Kong. Busaba Sangkavipa, Thai's Vice President for Marketing Development and Customer Services, said the Business Traveller Asia Pacific had conducted an opinion poll among its subscribers, including some of the region's most frequent travelers between April and June, to find out that the national flag carrier had outstandingly improved the quality of its services and satisfied its passengers. Thai ranked second for Best Economy Class and was placed in the top 3 for Best Asia Pacific Airline, Best Frequent Flyer Program, the Royal Orchid Plus, and Best Airline Lounge in Asia Pacific at Suvarnabhumi International Airport. These awards, achieved due to the airline's premier passenger services and excellence, are the pride of all employees who have been continually committed to maintaining and improving services to satisfy their passengers. In our next story, Permanent Secretary for Public Health, Dr. Sopon Mekton, has warned those who have a high fever during the rainy season to be cautious, since they might have been infected with dengue fever. The official said dengue fever cases were usually found from the end of the rainy season to winter, and it could infect all groups of people. Statistics from the Bureau of Epidemiology showed that there were more than 80,000 dengue fever patients nationwide, and 82 of them had died. Most of the patients were 15 to 24 years old. At-risk people included overweight people, diabetic patients, and people with high blood pressure or asthma. The Permanent Secretary suggested those who had a high fever, headache, and nausea suspect that they were infected with dengue fever. He advised them to seek medical care and not to buy medicine themselves, especially painkillers. Thai Nat Provincial Office of Tourism and Sports and the Thai Public Broadcasting Service have co-organized a cycling tour around the cultural quarter of the province. Over 400 people have participated in the activity. Governor Kanit Yamrahong presided over the opening ceremony at Thai Nat City Hall. The organizers intended that the event help promote tourism and raise awareness of the importance of exercise amongst Thai people. The participants took a 30-kilometer route from the City Hall to different spots, including old temples, the Rice Breed Learning Center, and then back to the starting point. Aside from the cycling trip, event goers also enjoyed a number of activities, including Thai massage services, the One Tambon, One Product or OTOP fair, and also had bicycle repair services. Thai Nat is one of the 9 provinces chosen by the Ministry of Tourism and Sports for the Ministry's Cultural Tourism Promotion Campaign. Other provinces are Loi, Mukdahan, Sukhothai, Trat, Phang, Ubon Ratchathani, and also Surat Thani. The first batch of 84 pilgrims have returned to Phuket from this year's Hajj in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Dr. Noppadon Paibunsin, Director of the Office of Disease Prevention and Control Region 11, based in Nakhon Si Thammarat Province, said all the 84 pilgrims had passed a medical checkup at Phuket International Airport to contain outbreaks of the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, or MERS, and other diseases too. The returnees were provided some self-protection equipment from the medical staff at the airport. The medical checkup will be provided until the last batch of pilgrims scheduled to return on October 25th. Any person found to have a fever, sore throat, runny nose, high temperature, and also dyspnea is strongly recommended to be immediately taken to the nearest hospital. For more information, please call the Department of Disease Prevention and Control's hotline, and that is 1422 1422. The southernmost province of Yala has been shrouded in haze again. The Office of the Natural Resources and Environment of Yala said that haze was especially dense in the morning, causing visibility problems for road users. The smoke, which choked the city several times in September, results from the wildfire in Sumatra in Indonesia. The level of particulate matter smaller than 10 microns or PM10 has yet to be alarming for the general public. However, people with respiratory problems or allergy are advised to wear face masks to avoid health risks. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward this morning. We'll now take a quick look at the exchange rates and also some of the commodity prices. Newsline will then come back with ASEAN and also other global news right after these messages, so stay with us.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The fourth core value: seeking direct and indirect knowledge and education.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
Multiple perspectives, insightful commentary on Thailand with The Insider every Sunday morning at 10:30 on NBT and NBT World.
Welcome to ASEAN, a community comprised of 10 countries, each with its unique culture and history, now unifying to bring added prosperity to the region. For centuries, each country remained independent, but now we are coming together to compete in the 21st century globalized world. ASEAN is bringing together more than 600 million citizens and a total land area of 4.4 million square kilometers, and is providing economic opportunities, trade, travel, and new educational possibilities. The combined GDP of all 10 ASEAN countries comes to a total of $2.4 trillion, which means the ASEAN entity ranks amongst the world's major economic powers. The future is here. Welcome to ASEAN, the community of opportunities. The Southeast Asia region is now becoming one.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. I'm Chalapansa Narula. Let's take a look at our next news. The Ministry of Commerce is set to hold business negotiation meeting between Thai companies and Italian importers on the occasion of the 147th anniversary of Thai-Italian diplomatic relations. The Minister of Commerce, Apiradi Tantraporn, is set to lead a group of Thai companies from industries ranging from food, furniture, construction materials, and home decor to engage in a business negotiation session with Italian importers between the 6th and 9th of October this year. The event will seek to boost Thai exports to Italy and the European Union. The Minister of Commerce will give a special lecture during this occasion to the delegates from 80 Italian companies on Thailand's strategy and roadmap in engaging with international partners in trade and investment. Additionally, Thailand will aim to improve its economic structure and strategies to facilitate the economic growth with sufficiency. She will elaborate the advantages that the Italian and the European market can receive from Thailand once the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC, is established, as Thailand will be the main gateway for trade and investment in the region. Establishing a cooperation framework with Italy will help develop Thailand strengthen its SME business sector in industries compatible with Italy, such as fashion, leather, and accessories. Typhoon Mujige brought a violent tornado to the city of Foshan and wreaked havoc in the province after landing on South China's Guangdong province on Sunday. Videos of the tornado captured by local residents in Foshan show mushroom-shaped clouds appeared in the sky at about 4 p.m. The tornado moved rapidly, overturning a coach, flattening a makeshift house, and blowing a crane off the top of a building under construction. Mujige, the 22nd typhoon this year, has also caused great damages to the city of Zhanjiang, where it brought fierce winds and torrential rain that uprooted trees and electric poles, destroyed road structures, flooded low-lying areas, and cut off water and power supplies. The typhoon made landfall in the coastal city of Zhanjiang at about 2 p.m., packing winds of up to 50 meters per second, according to the provincial observatory. Then about 6 p.m., it was headed west from Guangdong for Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region and then entered Bobai County in Guangxi. This is according to the National Meteorological Center. Flash floods on the French Riviera killed 16 people and 5 others were reported missing on Sunday, prompting the government to declare a natural disaster in the southeastern tourist region. Torrential rain struck the Alps Maritime's Administrative Department on Saturday evening, flooding local towns, including Cairns, and disrupting transport routes. The victims included 3 people killed at a retirement home that was flooded in the village of Bayat, and 7 inhabitants of the town of Mandelieu-Lenepool who had attempted to reach their cars in a garage. In Bayat, torrents of muddy water inundated all houses and car station in the local camping. 5 people were still reported missing on Sunday afternoon, which could push the death toll higher. In the resort town of Cairns, home to the prestigious annual film festival, 2 people were killed. The train station was flooded and cars were swept along streets by torrents of rain. Local rail services resumed on Sunday after being suspended overnight, holding up passengers, including around 2,000 Italian pilgrims on their way back from Lourdes. Train services, however, were expected to remain limited for the rest of Sunday, while some roads also continued to be blocked. Thousands of homes were still without electricity on Sunday afternoon, after as many as 70,000 suffered blackouts the previous evening, according to power network operator ERDF. Moving on, Islamic State militants have blown up the Arch of Triumph, a major monument in the 2,000-year-old Roman city of Palmyra, Syria's Antiquities chief said on Sunday after they destroyed 2 ancient temples at the central Syrian site in recent months. Mamoun Abdul Karim told Reuters that sources in Palmyra had confirmed that the Arch of Triumph, a jewel in the exquisite collection of ruins in the Oasis city, had been blown up. Islamic State militants blew up temples at the Roman-era UNESCO World Heritage Site, which it had controlled since capturing Palmyra from Syrian government forces in May, and mined other monuments and historic buildings. The group considers the buildings sacrilegious. It was a musical symphony of animal noises outside St. Francis Church in Lima, Peru, where parrots, dogs, rabbits, and hamsters gathered with their owners in tow for Sunday's annual blessing of the animals. Many of the pets wore colorful bows or flouncy dresses for the special event. Nestled in his owner's arms, Andrea Bolter's rabbit wore a whimsical princess costume. Their patience soon paid off as Father Roberto Carpio held an open-air mass and sprinkled holy water on the crew. As the beloved animals were blessed, smiles crossed the owners' faces. Proud dog owner Lisette Jeva said she would always remember this day as a special one in her dog's life. St. Francis was born in Italy in 1182 and was known for his love of nature. He founded the Catholic Order of the Franciscans. St. Francis believed that household pets and livestock also needed to receive the blessings of God, and he became the patron saint of ecologists and animals. Every dog has his day in Peru, where pets are blessed on St. Francis Day. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. If you do have any suggestions or you do have any comments you want to write to us, please do so. The email address is now appearing on your screen, nbt@gmail.com. Also, you can follow us on our Facebook fan page, NNT that is. Our website is thainews.prd.go.th/en. Today we say goodbye with some beautiful and unique glazed water jars with dragon patterns in Ratchaburi province. I'm Chalapansan Rula. We'll see you tomorrow. Sawasdee ka.